Hello, Pathfinders, and welcome to episode 1 of Twining Down, a weekly Aniimo podcast where you twine in and wind down with all things Aniimo. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm going to be talking about why Aniimo has stole my heart. Now, for those of you who don't know what Aniimo is, it is a up-and-coming, next-gen, monster-catching, open-world RPG game set in Astra and Idle. Astra being your main school hub kind of area, while your exploration open world would be Idle. Now, it is a game that is developed by Paw Print Studio, and I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, the publisher is also listed as Paw Print Studio, but I think it's published by Kingsley. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken. But essentially, you are an explorer, pretty much like a school student that is labeled a Pathfinder, and you travel to a sky-floating metropolis where you meet other Pathfinders and battle in exciting competitions. The main gimmick of this game is not only do you capture the monsters, but you actually use this feature called Twine or Twining. And essentially what it is you fuse with your Aniimo and you play and battle as the Aniimo that you have captured. And it's really cool because there are a lot of different forms. So you may have, for example, a Ember Pup, which, by the way, episode 1, Ember Pup is number 1 in the Anilog, but that's besides the point. So Ember Pup, for example, is a fire type puppy or like dog kind of Aniimo. And it then has a mountain form. And then there's another form. I don't exactly recall what it is. But each Aniimo is unique to the surrounding environment that it's in, depending on where you capture it, sometimes depending on the time that you capture it, and honestly, sometimes depending on the weather that you capture it in. Now, it's really, really cool. It takes the gimmick that we all know and are familiar with, for example, Pokemon, and it just honestly elevates it. And the best part is it's free to play. It's going to be for mobile, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, as well as Mac. Of course, the aesthetic of Aniimo stole my heart. It just, something about it drew me in. I can't really pinpoint exactly what it is, but something about the art style really is what got me triggered and interested in it. Then when I started looking a little bit further, I noticed the actual gameplay was fairly relevant of what I kind of already knew. I'm going to kind of not quote, but I'm going to like reference Genshin Impact, for example. I was a very big Genshin Impact fan. I still am for the most part. I just haven't played it as much, honestly. However, Aniimo really, really resembles, like, certain things of Aniimo resemble the same kind of gameplay of Genshin, which I really was intrigued with. And after playing the closed beta, or the second closed beta for Aniimo, I instantly fell in love. I loved the play style of it. Of course, I'm a huge monster collector or monster hunter fan out there. My friends know I'm very into Pokemon. Something about it just, as a collector, like collecting things. So it's just kind of in my nature to enjoy monster catching games, where essentially your whole point is to collect the monsters. Now, fast forward or rewind actually a little bit back. Being a big Pokemon fan, there were things with Pokemon that I wish they instilled, and they never really did that moving forward. And I feel like a lot of what I wanted out of a Pokemon game, Aniimo actually has. And now we're going to reference the Genshin Impact, for example. I wanted something open world. I wanted like a Pokemon game where I could explore, adventure, see monsters in their natural habitat, weather affecting things, the time of day affecting things. And I just never really got that with Pokemon. And when I did the second closed beta for Aniimo, it really I don't know how to explain it. It fulfilled those things that I wanted from Pokemon that they never did. And I got that with Aniimo. It's just how my head works, honestly. I jump from thought to thought, idea to idea. And that's just honestly, once you get to know me, that's just how my brain works. Now, I was introduced to Aniimo, and I'm sorry, I keep calling it Aniimo, Aniimo. It's like tomato. I don't know if anybody else is that way as well. That's just how I pronounce it. I literally pronounce it both ways. Anyway, scatterbrain thought is happening. I was introduced to Aniimo through my friend Jake, my best friend Jake, actually. He found Aniimo. I don't know if it was through an ad or if he was searching for new games, something. And he actually brought it up to my attention, and he was like, Chris, this is a game for you. Like, this game is honestly made for you. So I looked into it, and I actually realized that they had a content creator program, like a content creator program. And I was really, really intrigued, and I was like, you know what? 2026 was going to be my year. I wanted to take content creation really seriously, and I did that. I actually really did that. I'm proud of myself because I applied not thinking that I was going to get into their content creator program. And I actually surprised myself. I think I surprised my family and my friends as well. I know that they believed in me, but to actually wake up and receive that email stating that you have been accepted to a program like for content creation, just an acceptance in general, it's rewarding. It was really, really awesome. And the fact that it was for a video game that hasn't even been released yet, that has the formula of what I'm looking for, I was ecstatic. Anyways, a big shout out to my friend Jake for showing me this game, telling me that there was a content creator program open. I applied and I was able to get in, and now it's literally taken over my entire life. It's so crazy how obsessed I am with this game. It's crazy how in love I am with this game. It's not even an obsession. It's honestly, it's a passion and it's a love that I have for this game. And I just, going back to the first thought, there is nothing specific about Aniimo that I can really pinpoint and tell you overall why I'm so intrigued with it. It just honestly has the right formula that I think that I would like and that I want. For example, the open world, monster catching, beautiful graphics, awesome character customization. It has a horizontal gameplay loop with some vertical aspects to it as well, which if you don't know what that means, it just basically insinuates that you go out into this world, you capture monsters, you have to level them up, but it's not like a consistent always having to reach cap level. You sit there and you kind of do the same kind of loop. My friend Alex is better at explaining it than I am. It just honestly is just a game that fits everything that I want out of it. And the fact that there's the RV feature, the homestead feature, that alone is just a bonus to me. The fact that there's variants of Aniimo, the fact that there's sparkling, darker, and just honestly, just the open world exploration. I've wanted an open world exploration Pokemon game. I know I've already said this, but I can't stress it enough, for so long. And I feel like that's what I'm getting with Aniimo. And I'm just really, really excited to see where the future of Aniimo goes, because the fact that it's a live service game, they can do a lot with it. They really, really can. I can see this game living on for like decades. Honestly, I really could. I know that's pretty, what's the word? Like, ambitious in a sense. However, if you don't have anything to strive for, then what's the point? Now, I know I'm kind of going off topic here and kind of just stretching some thoughts and everything like that, but that's just what I do. Now, I kind of want to let you guys know the whole reason behind why I wanted to make this podcast. I have a massive passion for this game already, and I'm sure that there's other people who feel the same exact way that I do. I wanted to create a little hub where I could invite friends, other content creators, maybe in the future some devs or anybody who's actually working on Aniimo themselves onto this podcast for the fan base to be able to listen to. I want to be able to cover in-game events, IRL events, merch that's dropping, literally any and everything for Aniimo. I want to be able to cover, have a conversation about it, deliver it to anybody who wants to listen to it. And I do want to say I appreciate anybody who has listened this far, and if you happen to finish this episode, because I just really am obsessed with this game. I'm already obsessed with this franchise. I actually went to PAX East this year, and they were pretty much like the headliner for PAX East this year. And rightfully so. Honestly, rightfully so. Their booth was amazing. The merchandise that they gave out was amazing. I don't want to go too in depth with this because I will have a video on my YouTube channel. I may even turn it into a podcast episode because I could honestly just talk about the entire time at PAX and the time that I spent at the Aniimo booth, because I did spend a lot of time at the Aniimo booth. I spent all my days there. But anyways, that's for another episode. I can't give you guys everything. But that's overall just the thought process of what I wanted this podcast to be. And I'm honestly hoping that that's what I can deliver to you guys. I kind of want the podcast to just be a flowing conversation with you guys, my thoughts, my opinions, my ideas, what I expect to see, things that I'm happy with, things that I may not be happy with, just overall everything Aniimo. And I think it would be really, really cool to have this kind of platform that could hopefully potentially reach the masses, because you never know what can happen. And I just have a lot of thought, and when I tell you my thought process, my creative brain since I've gotten into this program has just been constantly flowing with these thoughts and ideas that I have. I'm constantly writing down all of my ideas on my notebooks, my notes on my phone, like voice memos if I need to. It's just, I have this crazy passion for this game, and I honestly don't know how else to express it. I kind of feel a little weird, I'm not going to lie, because I'm unsure if anybody else feels this way. If there is anybody that feels this way, and if you're watching like on YouTube, or if there's an ability to be able to comment on the podcast, please let me know, because I don't care that I am this passionate and this obsessed with this game. I just wouldn't mind knowing that there's other people that feel the same way that I do. So if you are somebody who is as obsessed and in love with Aniimo, please let me know, because I would love to just chit chat with you in regards to this. But yes, that's the overall theme and idea of what I want to do. This will be in like a later episode as well. But I did mention it to the devs because I was able to have a conversation with the dev team for Aniimo, and I literally told them that I want to make a podcast. Not even that I want to make a podcast. I told them that like I am making a podcast. I already, before recording this episode today, I already had a lot of everything put together. I had the name, I had the intro, I had a thought process of how I wanted things to work and flow, and I delivered that to them, and now I'm excited to actually create the content to back up what I was delivering to them. Now, I know I'm not going to be perfect. I haven't done anything like this before. I do make YouTube videos. I do stream. That is simple. But to just sit here in front of the camera and ensure that I'm hitting all the correct marks and points and things like that that are interesting, you know, I wanted to just sit down, have a conversation with you guys, and express my honest thoughts and opinions, because I can't shut up about this game, and I need to stop discussing it with my partner, because as much as he does support me, he's not a gamer. So he only understands to a specific amount. And that's why I want to create this, to open up the floor to the pathfinders out there, because that is ultimately what we are. We are pathfinders. Now, to go back to the whole thought process of the podcast, I do want to make the episodes anywhere for about 30 minutes to potentially an hour, maybe a little bit longer than an hour. I would like to have bonus content as well, which I have created like a Patreon, that information, or that those extras will be listed on. So eventually we will have a Patreon. I'm hoping that this podcast can be listened to on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and of course YouTube, as there will be a video version. So if you do want to see the video version, you're more than welcome to see it on my YouTube channel, Chriscautiontv, along with other videos that are mainly focusing on Aniimo, because I believe that's going to be the direction that I'm going to take my content and my channel to. It's easier to make content off of something that you're really passionate about, and that's what it is with Aniimo. It's just a passion that I have, like I've already said. Now, speaking of which, for my content and for the podcast, I want to be able to run challenges. I want to be able to make game content related to Aniimo. I want to be able to eventually maybe even bring my content ideas to PAX next year. I'm even hoping that Aniimo has IRL meetups, and not so much conventions, but like them having a presence at conventions would be cool, and be able to go to them. Because I feel like that would just be something really awesome to not only make video formed content, but also discuss on the podcast as well. And then, of course, with like the in-game events, I want to do full coverages with like the dates. It starts this time, it ends this time. Explaining the event, kind of discussing my overall thoughts and opinions on the event. And that goes with everything as well. Like even when there's a new Aniimo that gets announced, or things that are leaked, or covering any kind of news that we receive officially from Aniimo, I want to be covering the Reddit. I want to cover the Twitter, or X nowadays because it's no longer Twitter, Instagram, their YouTube, like everything and anything Aniimo I want to cover, and it will be on this podcast and my YouTube channel. And I want to say a big thank you to anybody who continues to watch and listen to the podcast. And I really appreciate any kind of feedback that you guys have. If there's things that you would like to discuss, want me to cover, if you have any ideas for the podcast, I'm honestly open to any kind of suggestion, things that you would like to see, things that you didn't like. I want this to be an actual discussion. So definitely let me know in the comments below, or feel free to message me on any platform, because I really would love to hear what you thought about the first episode. And let me know if you think that I should continue to do more. I mean, I probably will, because I want any and all kind of content for Aniimo, and I like to yap about things that I'm interested in. All right, see you guys in Idle.